have worked with accountants long enough to know that there are a few key thoughts and beliefs that substantially hinder their ability to grow the firm that aligns with their dreams. And if they just change even one of these beliefs, their firm can look drastically different. If we have yet to meet before, my name is Katie Thomas. I'm a CPA and I run Leaders Online, a digital marketing agency for accountants. I started this firm 8 years ago. And over the past 8 years, we've worked with firms of all sizes. Many in the top 100, many are just one or two partners. There's been a common theme, though, across all firm sizes, and that's these beliefs that are keeping you stuck from having the firm that you desire and attracting the clients that you want to work with that pay premium prices. So let's start with the first one. The first one is I can just go out and hire a virtual assistant or an admin to handle my marketing for me. Now, they can absolutely help with your marketing, but you cannot expect them to generate the good ideas, the leading insights that ultimately your prospects want to see. They should not be setting the strategy for your marketing because often that's not their background. They should not be trying to come up with the vision or create your sales processes or design your funnels. Now, can they learn some of this over time? Maybe they do learn how to design a funnel. That's different, and that should be something that it needs to be clarified up front. Okay, here are the skill sets we're looking for. Can you help us with this? If you're asking them to design a strategy, that's not a virtual assistant. If you're asking them to come up with your content topics, well, you're probably going to sound just like everyone else. So it's really important that if you are hiring a virtual assistant or an admin to help with your marketing, you're making sure that they have the support that they need to be successful. Just like you wouldn't want to have anyone do your tax return or do your bookkeeping and say, hey, admin, I want you to do my bookkeeping. You've probably experienced that as an accountant where they have their admin doing their bookkeeping. And what happens? Well, the admin's likely not a bookkeeper, so the books are a mess. The same thing applies to your marketing. So get very clear on what you want their help with, if it aligns with their skill set, or maybe their interests, because if it aligns with their interests, potentially there's an opportunity where they could learn how to have that skill set. But that's key, making sure that you're not asking them to do something that they're not trained to do. The second mindset that really holds firms back is the thought that they don't have to have an opinion. The truth is, people follow you for your opinions, for your insights, because you're different from everyone else. And truthfully, everyone is different. There are no two people out there that are the same. And thank goodness, because that'd be boring. But if you're just trying to blend in with the crowd, not ever ruffle any feathers, then you can't attract anyone. Because if you don't polarize some, you're not going to attract anyone either. That's really the key. If you are someone that's, hey, I want to make a splash online, then you have to be willing to have opinions. And if you're someone that's, I don't really want to get online, I'll tell you, in this time where we're at with technology, where people's attention is, it is an absolute must. So if you don't want to do it, someone else must. Which brings me to mindset shift 3. I don't want to be the face of my brand. It should be my firm. I get it. You want something that can last beyond you. The truth is, a firm is the sum of its people's brand. People work with an accounting firm because they like and enjoy working with you. Now, this might be different if we're talking about the really big firms, the EY, Deloitte. You watching this, that's probably not you. And even if you come from that firm, sure, that brand might have attracted that client in the first place, but if they have a bad experience working with you, if they don't create that personal connection where they enjoy working with you, they're not going to stay either. Given all of this, we have to have somebody who's the face of the brand. And if it's not you, who is it? Because your firm is the sum of the people's brand. And if no one wants to be the face of it, it's going to be really hard for someone to connect with your firm online. Think about the last time you engaged with a company online. Probably very rare that you ever did it. Maybe you clicked on like a coupon or something at some point that took you to, say, Nike, but just interacting with random brands that you're unaware of, that rarely ever happens for any companies. So you have to be willing to put yourself or have someone else better yet, have as many people who want to participate out there to build that brand that then funnel up into the firm's brand. The next mindset is, I'm great at sales and I don't need sales training. That's fantastic that you've been able to close a lot of leads, you have a high close rate, but this really tells me a couple of things. One, you likely don't have high enough pricing, because if everyone says yes, then you're likely pricing too low. And two, many firms have grown off of referrals, and referrals can be great, but whenever you're trying to sell to a referral versus sell to someone who just came through your marketing pipeline that is essentially started as a cold lead and was not a referral, that requires a completely different process. And this is where having that sales process is going to be key. So if you're looking to grow beyond just warm introductions, then a sales process and having some sort of sales training is essential. This doesn't have to be a super complicated process that you go through. There's a lot of different courses on sales training. There are different communities you can get in to get these resources. There are books you can read, but the matter of the fact is, you want to make sure that you are educated on sales and you have a clear sales process so that whenever you get these people into your pipeline, you can successfully get them the offering that ultimately they need to create the impact that you're meant to make. The next truth is that you need to be everywhere. I don't know where this started, but so many people, business coaches, marketing experts, people that are influencers across social media, they're telling you that you should be posting on all these platforms basically at all times a day. Sure, that would be great in an ideal world, but when you're trying to be everywhere, you're most likely being nowhere. It's much better to be very intentional and consistent on one platform where you're posting, you're growing your community, you're engaging with others, than trying to be everywhere. Because if you try to be everywhere, I promise that you'll end up being nowhere. Pick one platform, really master it, and then look to expand to others. Now, while you're doing this, feel free to repurpose your content and have it going out to these other channels. But don't get caught up in, I'm going to jump on TikTok today and try to grow my followers there, and then I'm going to jump on Instagram, and then I'm going to jump on LinkedIn. Really master one at a time. And while you're doing so, like I said, feel free to have that content going out to other platforms. Now, the number one harmful belief is that I don't need marketing. I can grow through referrals. And if this is you, I get it, but there are a couple problems with this. One, maybe if you're like, hey, we get referrals, we're at our max, we're busting at the seams, you probably have a capacity problem. And that capacity problem could likely be solved by just changing your offering, your positioning, your messaging so that you could work with better, fewer, high-paying, more aligned clients, and suddenly you don't have a capacity problem. Now, if you're like, hey, I actually love all my clients, then we can get systems in place to support that. You can actually use great effective marketing to attract top talent so then you can continue to grow. But just relying on referrals and that, hey, this has worked, so this is what I'm going to keep doing. The truth is the market's shifting. They have access to more information, more people than ever before. And so if you're not staying ahead of the curve, then eventually you're going to fall behind. And the last thing you want to do is be going like, hey, I've either built this firm full of clients that really aren't aligned with me. I'm stuck in the rat race because I'm not working with the people I want to. I'm not doing the services I want to. I'm undercharging. I'm just overwhelmed. I feel like a lot of us as owners have felt that before. That's not a good place to be. And if you're doing marketing appropriately, you never have to be there. You never have to be there. So you want to be marketing. And if you have a capacity problem, let's look at how we can fix that. And one of the ways we can fix that is with effective marketing, because it's going to allow you to attract the clients that you want, that pay you those prices, that are premium fees that you deserve as a great, great accountant. And now you can work with fewer clients, higher rates. And in the meantime, with really good marketing, we can attract better people to our firm to help us support those awesome clients. Now, I want to hear from you. What one of these marketing thoughts, beliefs have you had? If you're brave, leave it in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any videos with myself, and I'll catch you in the next one.